Alright folks, let's go ahead and get started on Journey Valley, and welcome to another episode of Star Technology. And today we are considering our various lacks. We're lacking space, we're lacking stuff, we're lacking liquids. So one of the big things that I don't like the fact that we're not making very much PTFE. So for example, if I take a whole 64 buckets of that, which we sometimes need, to make chemical reactors, that's half of it, and this takes forever to go. So, honestly, I don't think we're making any fluoride anymore, and that's the holdup is the fluoride to make the hydrofluoric solution. So, this all needs to get moved over to a chemical reactor, and that'll be like, I guess only these four, but like there's also making the hydrofluoric acid somewhere. It's a lot. It's all a lot. But the other one was this over here, I think it is. Yeah, this whole thing here, not only is it inefficient, but it's really outdated. So we should probably grab this topaz and dump it into the ore processors. We're going to do the same thing with ruby, and then at some point I will do diamonds, because I know I keep saying I hate the diatron crystals, but if we could make them faster, more efficiently, they might be a good source of power. We'll have to see. But even still, they're pretty. It's fun. It's like, oh look, we have the most perfect distant crystals. So let's go ahead and take care of a little bit of this. And I know I'm giving mixed messages here. The ruby doesn't really matter other than it clears up some space here. The topaz is what we need for phosphate. There's so many, as I'm so tang-tangled because, I've got like 8 different layers that we've been looking at this, and it's hard to remember all of them. We need these phosphorus dope wafers. That's a given, right? And so we need to make the phosphorus doped monocrystalline silicon boule. And we have the silicon, we have tons of gallium arsenide. Nitrogen is fairly simple, I think. So it's the phosphorus dust. That's what we are missing. And so we get the phosphorus dust. All this stuff is stuff we make, so the centrifuge doesn't count. We've been getting it with phosphate, and we're gonna set this up to process. And if we do this, we can actually make these manganate phosphide. But neither here nor there. But I was looking at it, and I was like, wait, phosphate is 5-1, but apatite is 3-1, and the phosphate is only a 2-1 here. So it's really, with the monazite, it's 10-1 to get the phosphorus. And with the apatite, it's 3-1. So why aren't we doing this? The calcium's lame, we don't need it. The chlorine is lame, we don't need it. Well, actually, it'll dump into the system and might actually be useful. So what we want is apatite dust. And what turns out to be convenient is that the crushed apatite we get when we ore grind the actual apatite is also 8. So both monazite and apatite are like that. So, sorry, not monazite. Monazite is for. Oh, see, I'm conflating them both. Point is, we gotta move some of this stuff just to make life cleaner. Topaz and. I found something else for fluorine too. Fluor, the gas. And now I don't remember what it was. It's got to be an electrolyzer recipe, but we're not gonna flip through all of this. Besnicite, right? That's a 6-1, as opposed to like lepidolite is 10-1. And it's not that I'm honestly, I don't care that much about the ratio because it's gonna go, but at this point it's about speed. So that's kind of what we're looking at. So this is 6-1. So topaz is still good for fluorine. Anyways, we need to get topaz. Stop talking and just go. Go do. All right. And these are all running nicely now, which is beautimous. So nice. We got Blackstone set up last episode, and I'm pleased. Okay, so let's go ahead and I guess randomly pick this one here. You are the input, so let's go ahead and grab that. I'm kind of trying to get them all the same, right? Like the input goes on the left side here. MV input hatch goes there, along with this guy. Oh, I'm going to need to make... I meant to do that beforehand, and I totally didn't. Okay, and then I think we've been doing output bus here. We're going to need 2 of these, so grab those. And you are like kind of going to the right. That's fine. We'll just stick with that. Yep, that'll work. And then the input... That's why I grabbed that... Yeah, we're doing this thing where we put it down and then put it into this one here. Yeah. Okay, so we'll put down the macerator. And I'm glad I don't have to make another one of those. We'll put the input bus down here. But the input bus is going to go that way. And then we'll have the exact same situation as before where... I mean, I'm tempted to do something different. But again, it's the 8-to-1 ratio. I think it'll be okay. I actually have whatever's in this one. What is in this one? Lithium. Wait. Oh, I see. Tungstate. So tungstate is getting processed elsewhere with the macerator, but I can't do everything perfectly properly, right? That would be crazy. Okay, so you are going to go here. And just to be sure, I don't even have any topaz on me to check. I was going to check and see if... no, that's fine. Okay, so I don't see any reason not to put those across the top. This one already has power, so we don't need to worry about it. Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go run and grab a energy converter. Okay, and just a couple side notes. I realized that part of the issue here is we're running all of these at EV tier. So each one of these is running at... Where's one that's running? This one right here. Each one of these is running at 1732. So it'll be... What, 400 and something if we drop down to HV. And even more, it'd be down to 120 if we drop down to... MV. So I was thinking, why don't we move these to a separate area and they can each get their own energy converter. So I have a blast furnace zone here, and that'll open up this multi-block automation area a little bit, keep us from having to run back and forth so obnoxiously. And then that also means that we have a good reason to start pushing for what's that mod? It's matter, energy matter. No, applied energistics. There's this old cool set of mod packs that were like adventure mod packs, and now I can't remember what the name of them are, and they're made by... blanking on the name. Somebody Phoenix. Anyways, those were great. I like those. And gosh, what was the name of it? You know what? I'm gonna go look it up real quick. Ah, that's right. It was Material Energy by Parcel 31U. There's a new one. It doesn't look like he's necessarily lead on it. I don't know. I gotta go see if he wants to chat at some point. He probably doesn't remember. We had a few interactions before I had some things come up, but that was a... Oh, that's not what I want there. I literally just made it. Good job. Yeah, it's the fancy, colorful one. Yeah, anyway, so applied energistics. It's all an applied energistics system, and you like swap them in and out for this, that, and the other. It's neat. Okay, so you have power, you have power. Good. Oh, that's why we weren't doing it like that. Because now I have to figure out how we're going to get into there. I guess we'll just put it on the side. That'll work. Okay, let's go find our topaz and put that in here. And when it crushes it, it's going to make one off thing and... neither of those is right. It's going to make one off thing and it's going to make one stone dust. I can void them. Kind of tempted to void them again. Where am I going? We're looking for the one with... That's the one. The one where I get to run on the pipe. Topaz is... Nope, mine is all the way back. Okay, cool. And yeah, so this is not... It's not temporary what we're doing here, but it is a little bit presumptuous, prescient, something, pre-something. We don't need to do it quite permanently because we're going to switch to tungsten steel things, and that's going to take a long time. Not putting it together, although that's not fun either. What I found for making these, the easiest way to make these is don't put anything in your inventory except for machine casings, the firebox, you know, the not the hatches and stuff, but just these blocks, and then use that the prospector, the terminal. Use the terminal on it, and it builds almost all of it, which is... It's not hard to build. It's that one corner, this layer here, where that block is kind of unsupported by everything. That one stinks to put in. But yeah, if we do that, I'll be using that trick again. And I think this is probably an okay setup. If I have more space, and I might be making more space, I know I'm talking a lot, but the building gadget is making a lot of these buildings a lot easier. I mean, they're not as interesting, but they're easier. Oh, glow squids, nice. I'm thinking about underneath these green swords, doing like a 30 tall empty space, because like we're getting to the point where I think we can make the rotary hearth furnace, and that's part of why I'm not positive about the blast furnace. And this guy is 17 tall. It's so much material, but I think it can use those lots of hatches somehow. Parallelize with parallel control hatches. What's a... Then that's... I don't... What's a parallel control hatch? So, master... Yeah, so these are just... Okay, so... I need to figure out how that works. But all the machines that you can try it in are huge. So, once we can get around to making it, we'll try that. Okay, so you've got power, you've got power. We need the ender drawer to go right here. And you're going to be topaz. Perfect. And you can just... I already had some. Cool. Go like that. With a little of that action. Okay, so you're processing these. It should get 8 topaz. That's going to go right in. Oh, it's appetite that we got 8. Okay, so this is a 2, and that's... Let's take a look here. So this is a 5-second recipe, and it only uses 32 Gregtech, which is cool. It might behoove us to run it down and make it a multi-block. For processing, this is a 16-second recipe. Nope. 4-second recipe. So it'll still be more, but that's not great. Okay, so what if we're grinding. All right, so here's the thing. It's just going to be better. We run it at HV 1.25. Okay, that has changed my opinion then, and we will do that. So give me a second while I set that up, and I'll be back in a moment. Actually, I think we can do this in like, let's say 5 minutes. Let's see if I can get it in 5 minutes without getting distracted. Okay, so we need an input bus and an output bus. I think I have bus. I'm trying not to rush. Yeah, let's just use those. That's fine. LV input bus, LV output bus. It doesn't matter. Right. And then we've got an extra energy hatch on us. We don't need the energy hatch. Yeah, energy. We got an extra energy hatch on us. So then I need the blue steel. And now I'm actually making a ton of blue steel. I also realized this guy is running at HV instead of EV like the rest, but I'm making tons more blue steel because I kind of have the hint that we're going to need. So, oh, I just remembered. Well, it's fine. It's fine. We could use that ender chest, not ender drawers, to move everything from there down to a specific. It's fine. There's lots of things we could do. Okay, blue steel. I've got, I think. Nope, that's Burma Bright. Now we run into the. Okay, so blue steel casing. I only have 10. So we are going to have to run this down. Yeah, it's fine. Wait, let me clean that up. That way when it goes in. Okay. And then we'll run this down. And I lied. I am going to have to take a quick break while this materializes. This is not too long. It's only 3 seconds each. I could probably get away with just a stack, though. So I'll be back in 90 seconds. I'm going to pause it, though, so my timer doesn't go. Okay. So we're going to grab a stack of this. We got it. And just run it over here real quick. I know that's cheating on my timer, but I said the 5 minutes when I didn't realize that we needed to do that. This may also be pushing it a little bit. So in here, we're going to put those to go through on ones. And on the lathe, we'll get 32 of these, run them through on a 4 in the assembler. Now I do have to rush, because this was also not anticipated. 48 blue steel plates. And I made the blue steel manually. I know that we're trying to automate stuff, but ooh. So much to automate. I'm having a blast with it, but the space, once we clear up the topaz and the ruby and the diamond and the diametron, that'll save a lot of space. I think 26 is enough. Yeah, and then we need a where are they? They're upstairs. Yeah. Think. All right, so we'll run down. Hopefully, we won't have too many. All right, we're good here. Actually, I need to be over here. All right, so this is the corner, so everything's a little off. You're hearing the extra noise that's down below. I can't get there from in here, though. See? All right, so here. Yeah, these ones all have to be like that, definitely. And I didn't get a control hatch. No. Or maintenance hatch, sorry. That was coincidental. You can go there, and then macerator goes there. We will put an input bus down. The energy hatch right up here. And no, not the MV ones. We're using out just for funsies. Input bus go right there. Output bus will go right here. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. And then the rest is all blue steel, right? Right, and then I have to hit U. Done. And energy hatch. Let's remember to give it power. Now I am a little concerned about, I think I'm out of storage. I am out of storage. Okay, in that case, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna maintenance this, and this, I don't care about. See, what do we get for topaz? We get blue topaz. Actually, well, you know what? We're gonna get blue topaz, and it's like 10%. It's just not worth getting. Like 16%. Nah, I'm not willing to do that. So we will grab a item voiding cover and put that there. And then we are going to hit that. We need a item filter. Hit that. And blue topaz is... Oh, it's not even the good one. It's the like weird looking one. Yeah, blue topaz and stone dust. I know we're voting tons of stone dust, but it takes nothing at all. Right? So that's what we get, right? Double check. We could also use blue topaz for all of this. I just, it's 6 1/2 dozen the other. Right, so blue topaz, stone dust, and we want the crushed topaz ore. That's fine. We are going to go ahead and give input bus. Crushed topaz, you are running. 32 EU per tick, but it's down to 1 second, right? That's cool. Just to confirm. Yeah, 1.25. So then we are going to give it a ender drawer like this. Actually, I can just put it right there. Cool. All right, and then lock it. And remember it. Left click and time. 7 minutes. 8 minutes? It was 8 minutes. I'm sorry. I failed you. Okay, but that's much more comfortable with all that. That's fine. It's using much less power too. And once this fills up, it'll just... Well, how about we do this? Let's do this. Let's face that inwards. And then we're going to go ahead and hit it with the robot arm. And one of the things that drives me crazy is I'm doing all these differently because there's such big projects and we're resource constrained and there's so many different projects. This is why when you get a job somewhere, they don't give you a job typically where you're doing like 50 things. I mean, when you get up to the higher level, maybe, but even higher levels, you do like one thing for a couple of weeks. Not perfectly, but a lot of times. That's why they've started doing job postings where they're like, oh, you need to be able to work in a high-paced, frenetic environment. What they're really saying is that they want to slam you for not. Okay, we can fix this too. For not operating, super efficiently when they're giving you like 3 different classes of job, because that's not efficient. There's a reason why we do things the way that we do them when it comes to separation of tasks, right? Like. If you're a project manager, you're a project manager. If you're a barista, you're a barista. If you're, nobody's like the barista, or shouldn't be. We shouldn't be the barista and the plumber and the this and the that. It's the reason why we give small business owners so much credit because they do have to do those things. Anyhow, that's my 2 cents. Okay, so input bus. I'm gonna need more ender drawers already. And this is going to be a shift right click option. Great. And you have that. And you have that. Why are you not running? Because you need maintenance. Oh, perfect. And that's 4 seconds. You are going to fastness site dust. Well, isn't that the one that we said that we take bastnasite dust and we run it through a electrolyzer? That's also a 6-to-1. Nice. And we get cerium from that. Okay, well, that is a... Okay, let's grab that. And... Cool. Alright, so this is fluorine. This is not helping us with the, what's it? Yep. Okay, we do need to process those outputs. So let's go ahead and... do... I think it actually comes out this way, yeah. So we'll just do that. I need to fix this column, but it hasn't happened yet. And then I guess, oh, we don't have any, okay, I gotta go make some more drawers. I was thinking about super chests. I was thinking about bumping up here or even bumping up here because we do have titanium. We've got EV circuits. I mean, it's a lot, but it'll be fun, right? 32 million items, but we got to make these MV field generators, and that definitely isn't going to happen. We have all the stuff to make LV field generators. Oh no, we don't have the phosphide yet, and these ones require the diboride. Yeah, so this is magnesium, and we have the magnesium. We could do that. Of course, then I started thinking, well, why don't we look at quantum chests? That's 64 million, but this is dense tungsten steel. This is, oof, we're gonna have to really up our game to do that. So, oofda. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go make a bunch more of these, super chests, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, and this doesn't take very long at all to do anymore. This is probably the longest part, and I just remembered that we could have extruded it like this, but again, the extruder takes a long time, 1.2 seconds or something per, and if I just do that, then it's, you know, cost me most of a hammer. I do want to snag a crafting table. Go ahead and put the crafting table down. I don't know. How about right here? Yeah, right in the middle. This is actually a off setup, so it's not quite in the middle, but you know. All right, and then in here we can grab 1, 2, 3, 4. We can do it doesn't want me to use the hammer. Okay, and then, oh right. And all that took us was 12 stacks of aluminum and 4 stacks of processors, which is much preferable. I do need to automate these. I've kind of been putting it off because I don't know which one I want to automate. You know, if we go to the quantum chest level, that would be cool. Quantum chests are obviously better than super chests. But, you know, so be it. And then, where am I going? Oh, that's why. This one's covered. I actually want to go... Can I go down like this? Yes. This one is covering it. So I'm actually maybe thinking about taking that one down. That might be a good idea. And then we'd have even more space to hang out. Oh, that was not what we wanted to do, but that's fine. It's topaz dust. I do want to block that. And of course, the reason why this is an issue is because otherwise it like dumps all of it into the exact same ones. And lock, and in fact, we're gonna avoid these ones because what we're really after is the topaz dust. Yeah, okay, and then 3 ender drawers. 1, 2. No, don't use those as nerd tools. It wouldn't be a problem. I just, you know, it's probably a bad idea. And then I remember we can get rid of, on some of them, get rid of the rather than moving it, we just get rid of it. It doesn't work on everything. Like, I don't think it always works on, like, anything that's purpose for moving. Like, we can't do it on the buses, but we can also do it on some machines, I think. All right, we don't have bastosite anywhere else, so we don't have blue topaz anywhere. Do we have blue topaz somewhere else? We might actually, because we've been processing it so far. So let's run over here and take a look. I thought it was on the bottom level, but I also know this is looking familiar. Yeah, we do have blue topaz dust. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and break it because that's easier. And then this one. Oh, but it's empty, so this one didn't matter. Yeah. Oh wait, but we'll link it because we're also. Or is this where we're making? Oh, that's where we're doing the electrolytes. Okay. Honestly, we'll probably just move that to a chemical reactor, big one. I think. I'll take a look and see what we need. But that's probably a good plan. And then we can run up here, yeah. And blue topaz is this one. Ha! I psyched myself out. I thought that was over here. Yep. I didn't step on the cat. You saw. Blue topaz goes here. And like so. And then we're starting over with this one here. So we don't need to worry about it. And this is not a slow recipe, but it's also not a fast recipe. However, because we're now processing everything nicely, I think we should have a regular supply. Although the crushed topaz is... Oh, it just hasn't had time to catch up yet. We weren't full at all. Okay, that works. That works. Yeah, okay. So we've got the topaz dust. We can hit that for some fluorine. And then I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go redo this one over here for appetite, which we haven't done yet. So give me one moment. Didn't take too long, but it was, just long enough that I didn't think you guys wanted to hang out, since it's literally exactly what we just did. I am going to run out of these flux points again here soon. That's not a huge deal, because we can make more. Okay, are you running? No, why not? You have that. You have that. Wait a second. Appetite is distilled water. Distilled water. Maintenance fine. No power. Oh. Why don't you have power? Ah. Okay. So, we do get 10% or 5% or something of tricalcium phosphate for the grinding process, but I decided to avoid all that. Yeah. So, appetite, tricalcium phosphate, and phosphate. I think we're just going to go ahead and do exactly the same, even though it covers up the what's it. And we don't have any of those as drawers yet, so I just very happily go here, 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 Why did that one go out? I must have been further away, so it triggered that I was out rather than down. And let's just go ahead and do that and that. Let's just see if it does it its own nicely. It did. Great. And then this guy and that guy, although realistically, the whole reason we're doing this... Oh, we can just run this through the electric. Could we do monazite? Because that's phosphorus, not phosphate. So if I do that, this just always gives us phosphate. Although we can also get... Ooh. Oh. That's not a bad deal, because we do need helium later. I'll mark that for later. I will forget why I marked it, but, you know. Okay. Oh my goodness, the flies are... After the sun comes out, the flies are... Lots of flies. I think it's because after a little bit of the rain hit, we've got a little bit of... not rotting, but, you know, stuff out in the fields around here is just sort of not super healthy. I guess, I don't know. It's not a big deal, but obviously the flies love it. Okay, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna hit it with... So if you hear me go, ah! that's the sound of fly attacks. There we go. And you. Done. And south. Which way is south? I don't know. I had a message from my boss when I went to work the other day, and they were like, "Oh, remember that the west door is it's closed because we've got issues with it." And I was like, "Oh, okay, no big deal." And then I sent it to I had somebody else come in and meet me at work, and they were like, "Oh, how do I get in?" I was like, "Okay, well, you know, you can use any of the doors, but not the west one. Apparently, it's broken. I don't remember which one that is, though." And I got a little snarky note from one of the admins going, "Well, here is the west door." And I was like, "Well, I mean, I just don't know which one's the west one until I get here and can see the sun. It's not like I have a map of the building in my head, you know." And so, anyways, they understood. Anyways, so there's apatite done. We've got topaz done. So we've got fluorine and phosphorus going for us. And I'm going to spend a little while here in the near future cleaning up downstairs because... And I'm actually going to... Yeah, I think we're going to destroy this one. And then I will do diamonds and rubies in 2 of these. And then I'm going to clean up some of the downstairs, and then we'll go from there. So until next one, I'll catch you on the flippity flop.